know where we are. You know where we're going. Three, two, one. Usopp was really funny last episode. Poor bastard. You know, here's the thing. He's really brave because he's so scared. Somebody who's not scared isn't really that brave. They're just not scared, right? But to do the actions despite your fear is way the most brave thing you can do. Doing what you have to do despite how afraid you are is the most brave thing you can do. So Usopp is brave. He just likes to whine a lot, you know. Let's do this. He better be having a wetsuit on, man. Yeah, that was badass. They know what they're doing. They know when they have a badass line. You know, movies know when they have badass lines. They really do. That's right. Take this L. You're going straight into a cliff. Gotta hate this son bitch. Really, really hate him. Yes, I did. Bitch ass. Well, that's for me to know and you to find out like really shortly. Like we're talking like really shortly, you'll find out. I guess I'll have to finish barbecuing you later. I guess he transfers himself into pure energy and he moves that way. So it's not really teleportation, is it? I love his little climbing flip flops. Yeah, time to go get Sandy and get the hell out of here. What are those anyway? Are those some kind of animal he turned into flip flops? You gonna stand here and talk, or you gonna get the hell out of here? Okay, yeah, he's pretty much on a mission. That's right. Use some warrior tools. I like that he's a man of science when everybody else in this series is a man of faith, right? Ah, shit. I don't think your springs are gonna help you this time, dumbass. Oh boy. See, this is worthwhile fear. What's with the rope? That okay? That was the purpose of the rope was to break their fall, which of course would have shattered his back. Dumbass. Yeah. 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 Now you go further. Well, that helped break up the momentum. You know, you would have died otherwise, but it would have snapped his back in half. Like, come on, like, that amount of force wrapped around your waist, dude. Not that I'm nitpicking. Well done, man. They can hold their own. I like that. Hey, man, F around and find out. That's just what it is. I wonder what he actually specifically did, though. Because you can just throw something in the gears and really mess them up, you know? Well, then you better figure it out, Mr. Mechanic. Oh, right. He's got the jet dials. Gotcha. That's how. I remember I talked about the physics. I talked about the physics. That was what was compensating for. Okay, gotcha. That was what was compensating for the propellers weren't enough. Boy, this author thinks of everything, man. He really does. I was willing to just let it slide, you know. But he thinks of everything. He really does. And here's the thing, too. He probably thinks of things that he puts in a manga that don't even make it onto the show, where like it creates plot holes. You see that in adaptations all the time. The novelist thinks of a detail they don't put in a movie, and then everybody makes fun of the movie. You know, right? I don't know shit. Good plan. They've done everything they can do. They survived by the skin of their teeth. They need to get them out of here. Going back up there would not make any sense. Shit. So he didn't get his hand out. He's going to need some kind of massive fire or something. Something that's really hot to melt the gold again so he can get his hand out of there. Or he could somehow break it again. He would have to break it against a mountain. Jesus. Dude. Boy, that'd be incredibly painful, too. We don't know how much pain he feels because the way he stretches and stuff, his pain, his nerve endings can't be the way they are with us, right? If we stretch, we'd be in excruciating pain. He's clearly not. So we don't know how much pain he actually feels for any of this stuff. Like this right here. Does it hurt to stretch this far and try to have that long arm hold the weight? Does a hand hurt with the metal pressed up against it and as it twists around? Does that hurt? We don't know. I'm thinking probably not. If it is at all, not very much. Now what? She ain't leaving, is she? All the rest of her people have left. She ain't gonna leave. She's not gonna leave him down there. She wants to go check and see if they're okay. I think that's where this is going. She doesn't know they're already evacuated, right? She should take the bird over there just make sure they're evacuated. If they're not, warn them, right? Or she just generally said that she's going to lose her homeland. You ain't crazy with the kid? What's up, man? You know what? Is he going to use the metal ball, the gold ball, to destroy the ship? I could totally see that happening. They're going somewhere with this. Also, his determination. I much preferred his determination when he was dragging. It was Nami, and who else was it? Was it Sanji? I can't remember who the other person was. I think it was Sanji. Up the mountain, and it was just very visceral and very real, and like you could see this his fingers were bleeding. That felt more. I felt more connected to that than I do this because it's just so ridiculous. The metal ball, even though his willpower in dealing with adversity is probably greater here than it was there. But this, I'm more connected to this because I'm more connected to the one last time, right? This one doesn't feel like it could ever happen. This doesn't feel like it ever happened, whereas the other one did. It felt like I could be climbing a mountain carrying a friend, you know? But this is another example of his determination. Yeah, hey, man. A lot of people got magic. He wants to meet him up there. Right, she's figured it out too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Look at his determination. I do like this is very in line with this character. I love it. You're weird. She can see the ship. Can she put an eyeball up there just to see what's going on up there? Yeah, there they are. Never mind. We don't have to put an eye on the ship. So he's just long nose, huh? Good times. Yeah, they're screwed up, man. Weird old man. Yeah. Yeah, what would you have done if you had been there? Here's where he gets annoying, of course. You know, that's just who he is. No, he really just wants to kick the god's ass. Did she try to stop him? I don't think so. I thought she was just asking him a question. And she answered his question. See, that's her being deceptive, man. She didn't try to stop him. I knew I shouldn't have trusted her. I think she just lied. I'm going to go back and check out that conversation at the end of this episode. She misinterpreted, misrepresented what actually happened, as far as I'm concerned. It's quite the fleet they got assembled there. You wouldn't think they would have a ship for every single person. I mean, think about Boston. How many ships are in Boston Harbor? How much of Boston's population could fit on those ships? You see what I'm saying? Of course, we're talking about much smaller numbers here. So he wants to have faith about everything. You don't want to double check anything. Time to go. There's wait, you guys are still loading up, man. Let's go. Drop whatever you have and get the hell on these ships. Ah, crap. Dude, you're running out of time, man. We remember it was just a couple episodes ago. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Guess I want to make sure his character motivation is clear. It's hard for this not to feel like filler, though, because it was just a couple episodes ago. It'd be different if it was 30, 40 episodes ago. You really, what they are establishing is these people really care. That's what I'm talking about. F the baggage. Get your ass on the boats now. See, they went too far establishing he cares, but that's their point. Their priority is that he cares. That's what they're concerned with. So as long as we understand that. Yeah. Yeah. Kiss my ass. Yeah. Well, she's gonna get wiped out too, huh? She's taking pictures so she can snitch him out later. Yeah. She's gonna be destroyed. Good, because I don't like her. Yeah. Yeah. It's time to go, man. Talking about departure fees. What are you going to do about it? See, going the other way, yeah, they can be punished up there for not paying the fee. What happens if we don't pay our departure fee? I guess we can never come back. Typically, that would work, but not in this case. I wonder if the ship would be okay if everything falls to the ocean below. You would think the ship would be shattered in impact with the ocean. It might be. It might also be destroyed if, like, the island blows up or something, which I'm not sure is going to happen. It could happen, but I'm not sure about it. I think that's what's going on. If it just burns, if you're just burning the trees, which I think is going to go further than that, the ship would be okay because it's anchored away from the island, a little bit away from the island, right? These people, though, they're in the thick of it. They need to move. You just chilling? What's up? And yep, guys should have been faster. Anybody carrying a huge sack of luggage or supplies or whatever, and you get killed, like, I'm not gonna feel bad about it. Sorry. Yeah, toss your damn belongings. Either run fast or toss your belongings. Another thing I didn't think about till just now, the ship could actually be hit by lightning, right? And that would wipe it out because there's lightning flying everywhere. Are you going down with the ship? What's happening, dude? Get your ass on a boat. He just wants to be the last person to leave. I get it. Captain goes down with the ship, that kind of thing. Jesus, man. They really are. They're going to destroy the whole thing. I didn't think. When push came to shove, I didn't believe they were actually going to destroy Skypiea. It was likely. They looked like they were setting it up, especially once they started evacuating people. Because why go through all that trouble, narratively speaking, and screen time, to not then, follow through with it. But now is when I actually believe 100% that they're going to destroy it. Skypiea is going to be destroyed. That's kind of crazy, man. Not really how I thought this was going to go. And maybe it can still be prevented, but it's starting to look like it can be. Yeah. He's strong enough to carry people if he can get his ass up. I like how they're, instead of names, they're talking about description: swordsman, navigator. Cook, I think, was another one they used. I don't think he said medic for Chopper. We need to go, man. Tell you what, he really is strong. Sure he can. Swing that metal ball around enough times, the momentum can take you over the ship, right? Look at it be destroyed. He's a sociopath, man. That's right. I'm gonna kick your ass with this ball. They just seem like they seem to be like typically that when you see something like this happen where they destroy the set, the location, it's because something bad is inherently evil. Like for instance, like in the Indiana Jones type movies, Tomb Raider type movies, where they go to an ancient ruins and there's some treasure there, usually some kind of magic treasure that can change the world, like we can stop time, or you got the Ark of the Covenant, or what was the Holy Grail. Like these things, they destroy the location so that for we know, like narratively speaking, nobody can ever come back here and try to get this Holy Grail again. The Holy Grail is lost forever because it stayed down there, and the entire mountain came down on top of it. Okay, so that's the purpose of that. The point of that is we want to make sure nobody can ever come here again. Nobody can ever recover this object. This what was it called? The hotel in The Shining. The Stanley Hotel, I think, is what it was called in real life, or maybe it wasn't. I can't remember. But whatever the hotel was in the novel, the hotel blew up at the end of the novel because like it was an evil place. It deserved to be punished. Like there's countless examples of this where like you're on this massive ship, and hubris. It's like the Titanic metaphor in a way. It's like this massive ship. For instance, the movie The Black Hole from a long time ago, 40, 50 years ago. The ship in the black hole gets destroyed because it was evil, because it was turned into an evil place. It was basically a haunted ship, so it has to be destroyed. You typically see that. I'm not seeing that kind of message in here. It's not an evil. Skypiea isn't evil. It was ruled by an evil person, but there are a lot of good people here. There's good happening here on both sides. You have these two people, the natives and the angels, I guess I'll call them, are both. They have good and bad people on both sides of them, right? Like but they're all typically good people. They've basically been forced to be in conflict with each other due to the weight of history, essentially. And then God isn't helping things. So no, there's not. Those people aren't evil. God is evil, but he can be displaced, and you can put somebody new in place. Like Morgan can take over Camelot for a while, but you don't destroy Camelot because he ruled for a while. You kill Morgan and you put somebody else in place, Lancelot or something, or if King Arthur is still alive, he takes over. So I'm not really seeing like the narrative purpose of destroying Skypiea. Is it Paradise Lost? Is that what we're doing? Is it so that story wise people will never come up here again? Like you destroy all this. They're introducing all this new technology that a lot of things can be done with the dials, right? Maybe you're destroying access to the dials so people can't say 400 episodes from now, well, why don't they just go up to Skypiea, get a force dial, and that's how you can defeat this enemy. Like you got to go. I know it's going to be a trip. You got to go all the way to the location of Skypiea. You got to go up. You find a force dial. You bring it back down. Maybe that's what it is. J.K. Rowling destroyed the time turners in book 5 because book 3 they were introduced and everybody's talking about why don't they use time turners for this, that, and the other. So she destroyed them. Maybe that's what this is. Maybe you're destroying it because you introduced all this new technology you need to now get rid of because it was just for this one story. That's a possibility. I just, I always come at things from a storytelling point of view. How does this serve the story? What is the story function? Because that's how this author thinks, because he's one of the best storytellers I've ever seen. So he's always going to approach things in the same way. I'm never going to fully grasp his genius because he's a genius and I'm not, right? But I can at least glimpse the genius. Make out the broad shape of the genius, which is what I'm trying to do here.